Oh my god, I finally have it. Well, welcome back to this new video. I wanted to show this new relic weapon that I got. It's not the first one in the game, but it looks pretty sweet with the bluish light. You see, it has some lights moving from the back, if that makes sense. Like it's following you for a little bit, these flames. So this weapon is pretty sweet. It's item level 515. And yeah, here you can see it. You can change the stats around once you get it. I just randomly dropped it on critical hit. I don't know if that's smart at all. And determination. Maybe as a tank these days, tenacity also is useful. I actually don't know. I remember in the past it didn't really matter. But the point of this video is to actually show on video that I have a relic weapon. Like, so you see, the thing here is that I've never gotten a relic weapon in the past. And that's the subject of this whole upload, is that I wanted to discuss what was the reason behind me not getting any relic weapons in the past. Because there was a reason, okay? And it's a very obvious one. When in Realm Reborn in 2.0, the first relic quests came out, it was a pain in the ass to get one. Because it was all RNG based as far as I can remember. You had to go grind fates, collect so-called Atma items, and there would be a certain percentage for it to drop. But at first the percentage was so low that it was really difficult to get, you know. It was such a pain because I would play with other people and you would hear them say, hey man, I got another Atma from doing a fate, and I would be like, I didn't get anything, man. And I would keep trying, and it seemed like, you know, everything was working against me. So at that point I actually gave up entirely of ever collecting a relic. I was like, if this is how it's gonna be, then it's not for me. But when I see these relic weapons, they look really cool. When I see other players have it, I'm like, I guess they were able to grind that shit, but I'm sure not capable of doing it because it's too fucking crazy to me. Now I noticed with shadowbringers, with these new relic quests, they have improved it by a lot. And I mean, ever since all these expansions, I never tried collecting any of them, even in Heavensward and Shadowbringers, Stormblood, and now in Shadowbringers I did. But the first previous expansions I never bothered either, because I always felt like, oh, it's gonna be a pain in the ass, never mind, I'm never gonna do this. But the benefit now with Shadowbringers I noticed is that they give you options to have guaranteed items drop that you need to collect for your relic weapon. Now you can go to the Bozjan Southern Front and there try to collect the items you need for the quest in order to progress on your relic weapon. And it's the same as in the past where it's completely RNG. There's like a very low percentage for enemies to drop the item you need, and then you know, if you want to go that route, go ahead, but it might take you days literally to get the items. It's so crazy, like it's all working against you. But I'm so glad that Square Enix decided that they gave you the option to do raids, 24-man raids, and then have a guaranteed 100% drop rate for the items you need. Now that doesn't mean you have to do certain raids like 15 times in a row. Like different ones as well. So if you add those up, it's like you're spending like 30 to 50 raids. I can't recall, in order to get this fucking weapon that I have now with the bluish flame, as I showed you in the intro. Because in the background right now was my final run of the Delibrum, or however you pronounce that dungeon, that I needed to do in order to get 15 items to upgrade my relic weapon to what it is now. It's such a pain in the ass doing so many raids, because I had to do 15 circus towers from a Realm Reborn, and then I had to go into Heavensward, do the Zodiark like 18 times. I have to go in Stormblood doing the, what was it called, the Evilise raid, also 18 times. So even if you count that all up, yeah, that's how much you have to do. And then you have to do 15 times of that latest 24-man raid in the Bozjan Southern Front. And then you finally get your relic weapon item level 550, which for now it's not the highest that you can get, because I think Savage content always gives you better weapons. But in the next patch 5.5 coming in April, they will upgrade the relic quest chain. I don't know if they do it straight away, but somewhere they are gonna upgrade it so that you can get a higher item level relic weapon that will be better. And hopefully looks even cooler. That's kind of the downside, but here's a tip for anybody that wants to keep these relics as glamour. Put it in your glamour dresser, and then you know, you can take it out again, but you have to put it on a glamour plate first. So you put the weapon in your glamour dresser, create a plate with this relic weapon, then take the weapon out of your glamour dresser again, but keep the plate intact. If you're still following me, in the background I show you some footage on how this works so you can see. That way you can keep that weapon as glamour as long as you don't mess around with the plate. Don't ever remove the weapon from the plate, or else you're going to have to do the relic quest line all over again, because as you progress through this quest, the NPC that you're working with is going to, you know, remove those weapons, those previous relic weapons you had. So if you for some reason like the particular look of a certain relic weapon, that's how you can make sure you can keep it without having to redo the damn quests. That's another beautiful and useful thing that I don't know if many people know about, because sometimes in the novice network I still see people talk about it. But I think the major benefit right now in Shadowbringers is the simplicity of how to get your relic weapon compared to the, well, at least to the first 2.0 version of getting one. And I hope in Endwalkers, in the next expansion, it will still be sort of like this, because this is doable for pretty much everyone. You just need patience and persistence. You gotta keep doing the same dungeons over and over again, and if you have that patience, you can get the reward without having to worry, oh, am I going to get it this time? Oh hell no, I didn't get it. There's one item though throughout all these dungeon runs where I had that, because this 24-man raid in the Bozjan RELIC drops that Neo hairstyle that I really want, and on the market they're selling it for 20 million or 10 million by now. It dropped a little bit, but still 10 million for a hairstyle. Like, I don't even have that on my account right now in order to buy that. It's kind of crazy. If you can get the hairstyle to sell, you get rich very quickly. The odds are still against us, because I've done it like 16 times now, this 24-man raid, and I've never got the hairstyle. As far as I could read online, it says that when you reach the final boss and you beat it, there is a chance that it will drop the hairstyle for you from a chest. But so far I've yet to see it. I've never seen it. I did get a few tabletop items where I was like, well, I guess it's free housing items. I do have a house, and when I looked it up on the market, nobody wants to buy it. It sells for like 20 gil. I'm like, okay, that's worthless. I'll just use it for my own home then. But it's absolutely crazy to know for how much that hairstyle is selling right now. But if I get it, you know, it would be tempting for me to sell it, but I won't, because I really want that hairstyle for myself. I don't know about you, but it looks so sweet. It's like Too Early to Rise or something, is the hairstyle called. And it looks so good. I see all the characters walk around with it, and I'm almost getting jealous. I'm like, how the heck did you get that? Did you get it from the chest where you're lucky enough, or did you just buy it off the market because you're so darn rich, man? Well, more power to you. If you're rich, that's great, you know. That's useful, of course, but I hope one day I can manage to get the, you know, the hairstyle for myself, because then my character would look even more cute. It looks so nice on the character, man, I'm not gonna lie, so I guess that's gonna be another one of my grinds very soon, to see if I can get it. If not, it's okay. I'm not gonna do it for too long, I'm just gonna give it a shot, because getting the relic by now, I'm happy I got my first one. It looks absolutely fancy. I know it doesn't look the coolest, because from previous expansions some of them looked even greater, but then again, looking at the things you had to do in order to get it was too overwhelming for someone like me. Even though I've played this game for so many years, certain activities are just too overwhelming. And I'm so happy Square Enix changes it around a little bit for us more, well, casual players. I am kind of a hardcore player, but at the same time casual in the sense that I'm not grinding certain things that much. If it's too much of a grind, I give up very quickly, not gonna lie. But anyways, let me know what you think about the current relic grind if you want, and if, whether you're going to get this relic weapon or if you already have it. Since I think more people will get into the relic quests by now, because it's, as I said, a lot easier to do so. But man, does that weapon ever look sweet. Let me put it up on the screen again real quick. This weapon right here, as I'm standing in my home, it just has such a bluish flame to it. I really like it, so I'm curious what the next relic weapon will look like. And again, here's what I mean with the previous relic weapon. I got it here, Honor Bound Recollection. But you know, I had to exchange that in order to get the current one. But if I do this glamour plate on my character, I would have the previous one that also looks pretty good, as you can see. So again, that's how you can keep them as glamour if you want. Anyways, with that being said, consider subscribing if you want to receive more Final Fantasy XIV videos on a regular basis, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.